welcome back. Today is another day, another windy day. As you can tell from the title, this is how I cured my bump stop. Not necessarily how you can cure yours, but maybe the same principles will apply. So let me grab my creeper, show you guys what I did. I actually did this so fast I totally forgot to film it, but let me show you what I did anyway. All right, let's check it out. First of all, how do we get bump steer? Bump steer can occur through so many different reasons. Some of the biggest reasons I noticed that I had bump steer was from the size of the tires and the type of the tires, meaning I did not get bump steer as bad when I had the KO2s on. Now keep in mind, I had these wheels and tires, 18 by 12, old school, Dick's CPEC. I love the old school stuff. I don't like the new thing, the new wheels they got out there. I'm just that kind of person. So I found the exact same thing. Dick's CPEC, 18 by 12, and both of them are 33s. These guys, I have the Toyo, the RTs, not a mud terrain. Mud terrains are gonna be harder. All terrains are going to be softer. RTs are like your hybrids, the rough terrains. I did notice that so I had both of these wheels and tires on that vehicle. What I noticed was with the Toyos, the ride was harder, everything was harsher. Bump steer got affected a little more, meaning I felt it more in the steering wheel. When I changed out to the KO2s, it was quiet, the ride was smooth, I had good control, almost no bump steer. What I did do to the 4Runner totally eliminated it. Now keep in mind, your vehicles are going to be different, model, make, year, the way they build the rack and pinions are going to be different, just components in general. So let me show you underneath what I did. Okay. Just wanted to add a couple little side notes. Along with the tires, there's so many different reasons why you get bump steer and what creates it, especially your spindle angles, whether it's positive camber, negative camber, your toe, all that affects it, especially your tie rod ends. If your tie rod ends are lower in relation to the spindle and where they are on the rack itself, there's an entire different mathematical formula for that. Check it out online. I may put some links or pictures, I'm not sure, but just keep in mind there are infinite reasons why you'll get bump steer, and the video is going to show what I did to correct my own bump steer, and since then I have not had any bump steer at all, and yeah, it's great. I'm just having fun making these videos, so let's get back to it. This is going to be super hard to do and film. I actually did this really fast that I didn't have time to film it, and I was not about to take it all apart and do it again. So let me show you guys what I did. I picked up some energy suspension parts, and I'll list it in the listing here. It changed out, you just take off this nut here. There's a bushing that energy suspension supplies. Just take off that nut, swap it out, put the washer that's supplied. There's another energy suspension. Now I got it in black. This holds the rack on, and there's another one right there. Of course, you have to take off your skid plate. And what I also ended up doing is changing out the factory. Now this truck is over 20 years old, and I changed out the outer tie rods. And I did all that today. And I took it to the alignment shop just because you got it when you change out your outer tie rods. Now, once I changed all the energy suspension bushings out, that's it. The bump steer is perfect. Let me get out from underneath this truck. Okay, so, that was horrible. Anyway, as you can see, I'm still running the Toyos on here, the open country RTs. Even with those tires on there, no bump stop. Bump steer, bump stop. no bump steer. So that's how I fixed it. For the newer gen Toyotas 2016 and up, these guys, I'm not sure if energy suspension makes anything for those, but probably for the first year, first gen, second gen Tacomas, and probably the Forerunners. I believe I did see something for those possibly. But yeah, that's how I did it. I mean, I wish I had filmed it. Like I said, it's really easy. 3 bushings you have to change, and it comes with 1 washer. That was it. It cured my problems. I'm on the freeway, I'm hitting potholes, late off-roading, and this thing handles like brand new again. And keep in mind, we are asking the suspension to do things that it was not designed. We have bigger tires on there, which it was not designed to do. So try to keep that aspect in mind. And yeah, maybe you guys can try it out and it'll work for you. All right, see you guys in the next one.